Chinese authorities are likely to perform a quiet rescue of indebted property giant Evergrande, says Kelvin Wong, a market analyst at CMC Markets in Singapore. Fears of contagion from the potential collapse of battered Chinese real estate giant Evergrande sent property shares plunging in Hong Kong on Monday, with the firm expected to default on upcoming interest payments this week. Let's listen in.
If they totally just let accordingly hands off, that means they allow the bonds to actually default, that could actually lead to a social problem. Because don't forget over here is that they have this Evergrande itself also sold numerous amount of wealth management products to the retail investors, which at the end of the day, I do not think the Chinese authority want to have a kind of a scale of social unrest that's happening in the Chinese economy right now. Given that we are still facing this kind of soft demand from this pandemic crisis that is not yet over. So I think it's more like quiet rescue because they also do not want to explicitly say, hey, I'm here to inject X amount of billions into your books to actually rescue you, because they do not want to actually create another moral hazard to the market, saying that, hey, go on, continue your business as usual, property development. At the end of the day, we will still rescue you, because they do not want to actually paint this picture to send a signal to the property developer as well as to the markets down the road. Okay, in terms of comparative to the Lehman Brothers crisis, I do not think it will be at that kind of level, because I do not see any kind of a this product that's being kind of a securitized off from Evergrande book itself. So what we could see right now is more of a negative feedback loop impact, sentiment impact that actually spill over to the rest of the world. There's a couple of developers as well that we got to take note of. Like for example, Country Garden is one of them. China Vanke is also one of them. So they all have a significant portfolios, because over the year, what causes all this is due to over leveraging of their business operation. That means they took out more financing than they could actually cover. We're talking about a very lackluster PMI data in terms of manufacturing and services, and especially retail sales has been coming down pretty remarkably as well. So that all actually points to a slowdown in growth in the Chinese economy that has been prevalent since the start of the second half of this year. So if the Chinese authority were to actually allow Evergrande to actually default by itself, that means allow market action to actually dictate without any intervention, I would say indirect intervention by the government, it will actually lead to a full-blown localized crisis.
The firm, one of the country's biggest developers, is on the brink of collapse as it wallows in debts of more than $300 billion.